Namaste. Welcome for Utthan Pristhasana, or lizard pose. So here I started this setup from the same one we used for our low lunge. Ultimately, we're going to build off of that same platform. So here I'll start tabletop position, wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. Same idea, I'm going to work on bringing, we'll do both sides, one leg forward at a time. Here, I'll bring the right foot forward. Again, if I need to, pick it up and move it as my ability allows. I've also started with the blocks. Technically, these blocks are going to come inside in just a moment, both inside the front foot. But here, I'll start getting my stability. I'm starting on level 3, and you can work your way down. So that right hip's going to tone back, tailbone down. Here, I'll start. I can go ahead and scoot that left knee back, okay, and release the foot. Now, there's a couple of ways with lizard. I can keep the foot here, or I am going to do a more dynamic version with the toe curled under. So here, I'm going to move the blocks a little bit forward so you can see what's happening. The first thing I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to take this right foot and move it towards the right side of the mat. So I'm going to scooch it out a little bit. This pose is really about hips. Since you saw me move that foot, well, here, I'll do it this way first. Now, I can take that foot and open it at a 45-degree angle. So you'll see here it's not straight as much as it's open. Now, here's what's going to happen on lizard pose is I am going to work my way down in the pose. So this leg can kind of come outward. What is not allowed to happen is to bend here at the ankle crease. I need to keep a straight line from the knee through the ankle into the foot so that the leg opens at the hips. Here, I'm really doing more just in the ankle folding than I am doing opening the hip. The posture pose here, or the point of this pose, is for opening that right hip. So here I'm going to work on opening that up. I'm going to pull the toes back and karate chop the ground with the outside of the foot. This ankle, there should be no creasing here in the skin. It should be a straight action. Then you'll know you're working in the hip and not in the ankle or compromising the knee by moving the shin or the shin bone out to the knee. Okay? So here, if I have the blocks here, and I'm coming forward, so I'm almost in similar to a low lunge with that foot straight, but here it's going to be working kind of open and outward. Now what I can do is I can begin to roll onto the outside of that foot, but I can also just begin to kind of lower down. Now, as long as you feel stable, you can put the arms on the blocks. I think it's best to either use level 2 or 1 or stack them than to use level 3 for your elbows on this. So if I were to stack them, I could come down to my elbows. Now I'm going to watch. I don't want to roll onto the outside of that left hip. I kind of keep the hips level. So I am working. You'll see a dynamic opening inside here. So this is kind of stage 1 or level 1. If I'm comfortable there, I can come down to the first block. Again, if that's okay for me and I'm looking to deepen my edge, I'm going to work all the way down to the elbows. If I'm still looking for more, the full expression of this, curl those back toes under, lift the hips, come down, low lizard. Let's show you that on the other side. So if I come out of the pose, tabletop, might clear it out with the hips, sit them back, tabletop pose yet again. Take that left foot, hop it forward, turn the toes open, walk the foot out to the left side. So it's almost on the left edge of the mat. Try not to go off the mat. We are looking for level ground here. Here you'll see I'm going to try and keep the back from overly rounding. I can use my blocks to start with. Keep that back knee down at the beginning. Place the elbows. So here I'm not going to overly collapse in the hips. I have to create a little bit of a bridge, draw the chest forward. So here would be the first level of that. Once I'm comfortable there, one block. Once I'm comfortable there, to the floor. And then the last piece would be lifting up into the pose and coming down. Good breath. As you're done, release. Plant the hands, push the earth away, slide back, tabletop pose. Here we work lizard pose. Namaste.